How's it going? This video, as it says, my testimonial to Maitreya. So I'm not trying to put one of his music things on, or one of his pujas while I make this video. But where do I start? Just in general, ever since I met him and I saw his presence, I saw his Maitreya's presence in his face and who he was very early on before I've ever knew any spirituality. Back when I was younger, I used to view videos on Third Eye Awakenings, and me and my brother would talk about it like, is that even real or whatever? Stuff like that. We would question that. See, and those famous supernatural videos of Buddhists setting things on fire, moving things with the wind. Some of those videos, if you look it up, they're still at the top of the search page, even with me being young and all that. So that's the thing, that I've known Buddha Maitreya, his face, his Lama Tsongkhapa, when he's wearing the Lama Tsongkhapa hat, whatever. So I've known of his identity for a while. I just thought he was a fake. In my mind, I was like, well, he's a white guy. How could he be Buddhist? Or something like that when I was young. I don't know what it was that I was thinking. But I just couldn't see anything in him, particularly in any way, connection-wise. And so I didn't know the aspect that he was an incarnation of Christ and other masters. I didn't know that aspect. I was not aware of anything. But I could tell you that growing up, I've experienced a lot of weird paranormal bullshit. Like, face to face, literally. I remember going to school, and in my mind, I didn't know. If I knew, I would have spoken up, but the presence of something else was there. Literally, like, and it's not schizophrenia. Like, there's literally black-eyed children up in Texas right here. I witnessed one, face to face. I would like to draw one day. I've seen very, very off bullshit growing up that I don't want to talk about, because it's just too much for me sometimes. That this is happening, that intrusive spirits, ghosts, they wander around on earth and they come and visit you time to time and stuff like that. There's all sorts of weird spirits, weird demons, and I just, when I was discovering all this and got into the New Age, I read everything I could. I tried to look up everything I could find on this type of info, and I could tell you that it hurt me quite a bit. I was questionable about why I never got to have an astral experience. And I tried everything, and somehow everybody got the ability to do it. They watch one video, another astral. They read the tarot, and all of a sudden, after a couple of readings, they're leaving their body. Stuff like that I've witnessed people tell me, say, and I observe, and me put in the effort and all that, it just never came to fruition. So whether if it's the astral realm of parallel reality, for demons or whatever it is, astral predators, I don't know. The thing is about it is that I never had the access to it, but at the same time, I feel like it's everywhere. The astral is in your mind. It's in your delusion and all that, And I don't know for sure in the whole context, so you can correct me in any way, but that's what I feel. That you can't escape this energy and this bondage of trauma that's been propelled constantly throughout my life, through your life. You just can't escape it. You can't really do anything about it and fight it out, It's just too difficult. That was my thing. I got gang stalked. I got spiritually harassed by a lot of spiritual groups on the YouTube, just by the books I was reading and the information I was trying to gather. And then I was trying to, listen to what the other person got to say, hear some other insight from the individual. No, they were looking for me. They were looking to harass me, hurt me spiritually. I don't claim I got PTSD. You know, I don't feel like I got PTSD, but it was quite intense. It was like a year. It's like almost a year or about a year and a half, I don't know, of nothing but pure psychic tormenting that I went through. Literally speaking. And it messed up everything for a good while, and I'm still picking up my pieces. But yeah, I fucked up quite a bit when I read the Goetia, and I started looking at other YouTubers on it and other information, Kabbalah, etc., right? Ceremonial magic. I didn't realize that. And so, yeah, I got tortured for a while. For the longest, after the events that occurred and all that, I went borderline nuts, literally. I was thankful enough that that people came in my life, because I knew one day I will receive my Kundalini back. I will receive my energy back. I will get back what was mine that they took from me. And little by little, it's been a long process, you know. I met Maitreya one day, just out of the nowhere, after those attacks and all that. And all of a sudden, I could say that that he himself pretty much came to the rescue. I talked to Anipa on the phone, because there was a hotline number or whatever, and I said, well, what I got to lose, let me find out what's going on with this guy. So I asked the questions and all that, I asked everything, and she told me listen to the music and get an etheric weaver. For the longest, I didn't get the etheric weaver, but I listened to the music and all that. But it wasn't until I got the etheric weaver that just a snap like that in my head came through, and I was able to somehow have the grasp and insight of attaining my Kundalini back, literally, to be able to work with the alchemical inner process that goes through with it. I was literally suppressed to the bone. I couldn't fucking breathe. I couldn't do any pranayama. I couldn't do any microcosmic orbit, nothing. And just himself, Buddha Maitreya, gave me that opportunity again. It's the biggest gift humanity deserves, literally. And so I literally, he knows my wants, my ask and all that, he feels he feels my heart, is what I'm saying. He knows. The Almighty should know. But just in general, Kundalini is very big. It's a very big gift in my eyes. It's more than just a blessing to me. It's commitment. It's wanting to change. It's wanting to do a lot of things. And I did the mistakes that I did. I was trying to do black magic. I was trying to do money magic. I was trying to do all sorts of crazy things. And it really, really hurts. It's tough to get out of. It's tough to heal those wounds. But with Buddha Maitreya, he did it instantaneously. I'm still picking up after myself, obviously. I'm not 100% at this moment, like how I was. I'm still an unpolished diamond, but, I'm like everybody else, Buddha Maitreya said a relationship with God is like a struggling relationship with him, Something like that, I don't know what video it was from that he mentioned that. But yeah, I could tell you that it works like that, literally. And if you see this testimonial and you've been hurt spiritually by black magic, by secret societies, rappers, because literally they're everywhere, these black magicians, so you can't really just find a hiding spot, they're gonna constantly come and harass you some way or another mentally. So, but if you develop this relationship with Buddha Maitreya, nothing will tear you down in life. Nothing. They won't come after you again. They won't harass you mentally the way I was severely hurt, literally in the head. And so I just gotta thank Buddha Maitreya himself 100 times, 1,000 times. I don't know how many times I could thank this guy for giving me a chance again spiritually when I was at my lowest. I can't even pray to that guy. I can't. Because this is all I wanted. This is all that's set up for me in life, literally. And if it wasn't for this, I would have stayed asleep all day long till 2 in the afternoon. I would have cried. I would have excessively done masturbation and stuff like that. Like literally, excessive compulsiveness. These deadly sins. Without the spark of Christ, you can't freaking do anything. I was so angry at what happened to me. I was so furious. I was so embodying my ego. Because I lost the heart. I lost the way that I was following it. But yeah. Thank you. That's all I could say, really. And I'm just so glad that, because let me be real. One of my intentions for getting into the occult was really reworking myself, life is quite depressing. Life's quite such and such. And I blew up my head, literally, seeking Kabbalistic ideas and all that. And I recommend y'all to be wary of that stuff because they're hardcore drugs. They're hardcore altered states of consciousness that you may not even recover from if it's that severe. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you.